Hello everyone, Angry Poncho here. Welcome back to 4-Pillar Survival. Some of you were probably in the comments of previous videos saying, "Dude, there's a chest under there, how did he didn't open it?" You can't open it because it's a piece of bedrock right above it. So in order to get that, we're going to have to just break it and pick up whatever falls out. So in service of that, as well as in service of what I want to do in this video, which is set up our farms and pastoral areas, we're going to go ahead and build out an entire basement floor, and then we're going to turn this floor, we're going to make it one layer thicker, and we're going to put grass on the top layer so that we can use it as farms and an area for breeding things like sheep, chickens, and pigs. Or no, we don't have pigs, we have sheep, chickens, and cows right here. So the first thing we're going to do is make a floor down here, not out of wood, we'll use cobblestone, because this is going to be the basement down here, basically. It's only going to be 2 blocks high. I think it's going to be mostly just for growing mushrooms, and for making sure that any holes I make in this floor don't go to the void. That's the real purpose of it. And then we're going to do some renovations on the top floor. So without any further ado, let the time lapse begin. Alright. Looking good, looking good. Let me put some torches down here. Probably going to have less eventually if we ever use this place for growing mushrooms. But for now, I don't want anything spawning in here, so that ought to do it, eh? Nothing getting to light level less than 7, or less than 8 rather. So let's find out what's in this chest, shall we? Is this a troll? It's a troll chest. The fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck you doing? Okay, there's nothing in it. Really? I don't, Okay, troll chest. Got trolled. That's weird. Alright, well, let's, I'm actually gonna move the ladder over. I don't want it to be here. Well, but I better check upstairs where I do want it to be before I start poking holes. Don't want to dig up into the lava block just by terrible luck. What? Ocelot? Oh, what? The blocks went up through the floor? So, what? Okay, apparently when I broke that chest, there were ocelot spawn eggs in it that popped up through the floor. That's really weird. Huh. Okay, well, we got ocelot eggs. I'm actually going to go into creative mode on another copy of this map and double check that that's all that was in that chest. 1 second. Okay, I double checked, and yeah, all it has is 2 ocelot eggs. Just a little Easter egg there, I guess. A little chicken egg, really, or ocelot egg underneath the world. Okay, so now I can punch through any of these blocks, and there will be basement underneath instead of void. Isn't that amazing? In fact, I'm going to go ahead and replace the ladder. I'm going to move it to here because I prefer that. I'm going to go ahead and put some torches at a little bit of a wider interval here. We'll say 3 spaces away from this. And I'm going to remove the old ladder and make this wood around here, no longer here. So let's just get rid of this. See if I can grab any of these. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm snagging them. Nicely done. I got 2 of them. Well, I could have gotten that 3rd one if I'd been in the right place. Oh, there's 3. Oh, no worries. And there goes all my cobblestone. Down to the last one. Alright. So, got a couple holes in the ground here, but we got them covered with hatches. It's all good. I'm gonna move those. So let's just take this one and put the dirt in there. Why not? And we'll put the hatch over the hole. That one I want to get rid of too. So let's grab a little cobble and fill that in. Just some finishing touches here. Alright, to my eye, that's basement done and done. Now, that's literally all of my cobblestone. So I've been doing some experimenting. We really have just been doing some observation on cobblestone. And it looks like it takes about 2 seconds to mine up each piece on average. And that counts the time it takes for it to reappear. So if you do the math, that comes out to about 2 minutes per stack if you take overhead into account. So it's about 2 minutes per every stack of cobblestone that you see me use. And I swear, I am legit standing here mining it just like this. And it's just every 2 seconds I get another piece of cobblestone. And it's actually a little bit wasteful because some of them fly right into the lava and they don't bounce out the right direction. I'd say maybe like 1/10 of them do that. Not sure exactly how many. It's not enough to get annoying. So if I could find a better way to do this generator where I don't have anything going to the lava, that would be nice. But I think that by the nature of the system, there's always going to be a block of lava one space away from wherever you're mining, because it's lava meeting water that makes the cobblestone appear. So I think I need to generate some more cobblestone. You may have noticed partway through that building of the basement, I had to go up here and mine like 3 more stacks. So I've gotten into a system now where I just put on a song and I mine until the song is over and then see how much I have. So I don't even think about it, I just listen to the music. Alright, let's get down to business and feed the Huns. Speaking of which, I was watching some Mulan earlier today. Although I would have said that even if I hadn't. Those reeds might pop up. Man, I'll just collect them for now. Alright, so we have ice bucket. And we want to turn that into infinite. Do some cobblestone in here. Cool, I can make another pick. I'm going to turn that into infinite water. So I'm just going to go ahead and make myself a little infinite water pen over here. I'm going to do it. 1 block here. Actually, let me start with the ice block. Don't know why my ice texture just totally disappears when that happens, but yep. All right, there we go. Infinite water. I'll go ahead and replace it in the generator here. I'll put my reeds back. Cool. So now we can get as much water as we want from here, forever. Nice. And we earned it fair and square. On the stream, we assumed that it was a mistake that we weren't given to, so we gave ourselves another one. And then when we got to the nether, like 3 hours in, it was like, oops, we cheated. Alright, so I think the next step is I'm going to generate a ton more cobble, and then I'm going to dismantle all of this. And I'm going to take this entire floor, and I'm going to move it up a level. And the first thing really I'm going to do is move the grass up. So I'll go ahead and leave like a ring of just a bunch of spots around here where grass can spread up to, so that I can easily have grass spread once I come up to this level. So basically I'm just going to raise this entire platform up by 1 block. That way the floor here essentially will be 2 blocks thick, so then I can have a layer of farmland and a layer to pour water through. Does that make sense? Like, you can't just have a 1 block thick world with a void underneath and have farmland, because then when you put your water in, your water just doesn't spread out, it just falls down into the void. So I need a second layer for the water to run on top of, and that's what I'm going to use this cobblestone for. But the layer on top, I think I'm going to... Maybe I'll lay out the farms and then I'll fill in. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so let's grab all the dirt we've got and see where we're at here. I can actually go ahead and mine up any of this dirt that I want now that I have backup grass over there if I really have to get it. And then, now that the basement's here, I can mine all this up without worrying about it falling into the void. It's such a load off. I've actually decided that I'm just going to build all my stuff in this column. I'm going to make a big tower, because it's so much better than building a wide thing where anywhere you dig, you fall into the void. It's just so stressful like that. Like, ugh. I want to be able to dig down 1 block and not be risking my life. But that'll require, I think I'm just going to totally mine up all of these columns. Probably not the obsidian one. I'm going to totally mine up all of these columns. And just bring everything in here. Get rid of these bridges because they're going to be going to nowhere. And maybe I'll leave the bridge to the resource one for a while. We'll see. That's just my future plan. And I might do something more than that if the fancy strikes me. So let's go ahead and figure out where we want these farms to be, and then I can go ahead and get all the cobblestone to fill in the rest. So I want to grow some reeds. So this is the center point. This piece of bedrock is going to be the center point of my entire structure. So I want to grow some reeds. How many spaces do I need for that? Well, let's start with the big ones. Wheat. Wheat takes up a ton of room. So I'm probably going to replace these fences with walls eventually. Walls with windows. So I don't have to worry about seeds popping off over the fence. So I'm going to, let's see. How much wheat do I want to grow? My plan also for going up and down this place is just going to be to have a ladder going right up the middle like this. Right next to this bedrock. I may even put ladders on all 4 sides just for convenience sake, because I might divide some of these floors into 4 rooms by putting diagonal walls through like this. I think that's a really cool idea. Let's see. All right, make some choices, Punch. Make some choices. Let's just make this one big floor, and let's put the wheat right over here. Why not? So we get 4 blocks on any side of the water source block. So if I put the source block here, it's still a little bit close to this. If I put it here, then I can get 3 blocks here. Still have room to come out of the ladder. So I'll move the ladder up a space so it'll just be solid here. Okay. I'm not going to make a full-size wheat farm as a consequence of that. It's just going to have to fit here. But that's all right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hell, I might even take these corners off just to make it the same shape all the way around. A little symmetry. So I'll have a little circular wheat farm here. I don't need too much more than that, 'cause there's a bunch of dirt I could go get over there, but for the meantime I'm just going to work with what I have. I can double this up on the other side if I want to grow carrots, potatoes, and such, if I ever find those things. Alright, so for reeds, let's just run along in a line right here. We'll just go nice and compact. So I'm going to put 1, 2, okay, I won't be able to get any here because there won't be any water nearby. So let's put a space. Let's put the water here and the reeds starting. How about somewhere where I can get full use out of them? Ho-hum. I'm trying to imagine this with the floor raised up a block, and it's making it difficult for me. Because I'm thinking like, oh, this fence is going to get in the way. Oh, that's going to be a wall. Okay. Alright, let's have water running along the main line here. So when I walk up, I can look out the doors. So I'll plant things that grow along water, like reeds, in lines along like this. And I'll have water running through. And I'll just have a block at the end. That'll probably end up being cobblestone. Because it doesn't need to grow anything. And I'm going to want there to be a solid... Oh, well, actually, I won't need a solid block there. Oh, I'm waffling. Okay. So we'll do that. And we'll do the same thing in the other direction. Which my workbench will be in the way at the moment. Just put this here. Okay. So I'll grow some reeds there. Pick this up, put doors on it, put walls on it. Alright, so I think that's all I've got for now, right? Reeds. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll make the reeds like a dividing line. I'll put reeds on this side, and then I'll put fences on this side, and put the farm animals over here. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Or I could put the farm animals in the basement, considering they don't actually need sunlight. Only the sheep need light. So maybe I'll divide the basement up, and I'll grow mushrooms in one part. I'll put cows and pigs in another. Let's see. Do I want to do that? I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and mock up what that might look like. So if I put walls along like this, I'll just skip a space so I can get through. Gonna need to... I can't squeeze through here. You can get between those on wooden fences. Interesting. I think my pick's about to go. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, this would be enough space to put some mushrooms growing in here. And I could also just keep cows in this kind of space. I'd make the fences 1 block higher, just to make them more like walls. Almost like prison bars. Oh my gosh, that's not good. So hard to keep your eye on a line. There we go. Yeah, let's do that, shall we? I might have to make one of those into solid bricks to make it dark enough for the mushrooms to grow. Yeah, that makes sense. That'll make it really easy to control the amount of light too, because I can have it all spilling from the middle for the mushroom section. Yeah, I like that. It's weird that I can't fit in between those. I could have sworn you could do that with wooden ones. Maybe you can, and you just can't do it with the other ones. Alright, I'm going to mine up a ton of cobble. I'm not even going to bother recording it, because you know what that looks like. So I'll be back when I've got a bunch of cobble. Actually, I just had a thought for a moment. I think I'm going to go ahead and, put the farms in here. Well, that way the crops will grow while I'm getting my cobblestone back. Where's my... Yes, I know I had enough wood left, enough cobblestone left to make a pick. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's make this into some farmland here. Where's my hoe? There she is. I'll just hoe the shit out of this. We'll plant some wheat here. Plant reeds along these, so I'm going to have to go ahead and put some water in here. I think I'll go ahead and put cobblestone at the ends of both of these, since that's what I'm planning on having there in the final product. Oops, I broke my generator. Keep that block there so that stuff doesn't fly out the back where I can't reach it. Yeah, so we'll cover that up. Cover that up. I can just cover this all up with wooden hatches in the final design. Okay, cool. So now we need to put water in these troughs. So we'll use... There's actually a few ways to get infinite source. Most people know the 2x2, where you make a 2x2 space and put it in the opposite corners. There's also a 1x3, where if you go 1, 2, 3, and put source here, the space in the middle becomes an infinite source. And you can repeat that pattern going down a line like that. So you take a grab in the middle. So it's like you go back 1 and then forward 3, back 1 and forward 3, and that's how you just get a whole bunch in a row like that. Okay, cool. Now that those are growing, I can put my weeds down in a more reasonable position. And I'll go ahead and put them on as many spaces as I have for now, just because. Actually, I'm going to keep them away from the edges until I have the wall. Don't want to block the furnace. There we go. That'll work. It's all been planted, right? Yep. Let's go ahead and seed the farm. And we'll get... I'm going to... didn't break it. Nice. Should have an extra hatch around here. Yeah. It's nice that you can put it on the edge of farmland, or on the edge of growing crops, I mean. Alright. Farms are running. It looks like garbage right now. But let's go ahead and get a whole ton of cobblestone. I'll be back. Alrighty then. What you're looking at here is one episode of Game Grumps worth of cobblestone mining. I'm going to call it, I think it's about 5 stacks or so. I think from now on we should refer to 5 stacks of anything as a grump of something. So this is a grump of cobblestone. Let's make it a thing, guys. Hey, cameraman. How you doing down there, buddy? You just floating? You just floating? Okay. Alright. So now that I have a ton of cobblestone, I'm going to go ahead and raise the floor all the way around this, starting by getting rid of the fence, and then going around the edges and putting the fence back, because I like having it there. Honestly, I might not even put the fence back. I might just go ahead and make a 2-block high or 3-block high wall all the way around, because I'm planning on putting a roof over this at some point. I guess with these reeds growing in here, I would need to raise the floor up and then have the ceiling be at least 3 blocks. So I'll probably just do that. So let's do it. Alrighty then, that's that. So I do think I have one last thing to do, which is figuring out where I want to put the torches. I'll probably put them in a similar place that they were in the basement, which is at these sort of intervals here. Seems frequent enough. And then maybe I'll make some covers for all this water I've got open down here, yeah? These come out 2 at a time. Let's just make 10. How far does that get me? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna need a few more. Let's do that. Get me covered. Glad they introduced the shift clicking to place blocks on interactable items functionality. That's critical. Alright, cool. Let's go and take a harvest from our farms in celebration. Huzzah! Yeah, and the time it took me to do all that, mining the cobblestone, building all of that, my wheat still hasn't grown. That takes forever. Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, that's a floor well done, I'd say. It's ready to have another floor put right on top of it, starting at that layer right here where my eyes are. I think, how much cobblestone have I got left? 26. Yes, that was a full 5 stacks. That was a full grump of cobblestone in order to do that. It just really, it's surprising how you don't realize how much of a big a square is until you're trying to fill in every piece of it. It's like, man, that's ridiculous. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in too, because we've got infinite water underneath here. So, no need to have a wet hole in the corner. Okay, so what's next? We could go and gather up that dirt and come back here when we're done with that. Let's see. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Well, I think dirt would be a valuable resource to have and to continue to spread throughout this tower. Because I know grass is a pleasant thing to have around. So over here we have our resource tower as well. I can go ahead and mine this iron whenever I feel like. Iron and gold. In fact, the only things that I have to wait on fortune for is at the bottom there. The bottom 4 layers. Redstone, lapis, diamond, and emerald. The very bottom especially. I want to fortune those. And at some point I need to make a path down to the villagers, which I'll probably make some kind of water vader in the basement at some point. There's no reason for me to go over to the obsidian tower anymore unless I just need obsidian for some reason. And now, oh, I haven't been to the top of the clay tower yet, but all that's up there is a cactus and what, some sand down there? I guess I could use the clay for building pretty things. That might be nice. I've kind of gotten into a cobblestone aesthetic here, that maybe I should make the upper levels of the tower out of some more pleasant substance. Or maybe I should have a separate area where I grow trees, because I'm not going to want to constantly be moving the trees up this tower. So maybe I ought to take that pillar out there and make it into a tree farm. Ho-hum decisions. Well, actually, I could grow trees indoors if I was willing to only have oak grow, or at least limit the height of the other things. Like I could grow oak and birch, for example. Just a mental note. I haven't been to the top of this tower yet, have I? I don't think I have. That's a bit weird. I'm trying to remember now, because I definitely haven't been up there. Hi, cameraman. Because I haven't gotten the cactus down. I don't think I've been up there, because I don't remember mining back down. But obviously I've been to the top of both of these, because I got rid of the whole tower on the way down. Yeah, so I think the next step would be to find out what's on top of the obsidian tower, and go get the cactus and maybe some clay too. Alright, I gotta make some more cobble. I need to dig a little trench here so I can stand down below height in order to mine out this block. Alright, looks like it's time to mine up another grump of cobblestone. Maybe we'll turn this next one into something pretty. So we'll go ahead and grow some trees somewhere. I should have the trees running all the time, just so I can always be getting more wood. Because the logs are my only way to get coal. I don't know if you noticed, but the only way I've been burning anything is with charcoal. So I have to have a 1 log piece for every piece of charcoal that I want. And that's expensive, so it's a lot of trees if you want to mine up 1 piece of log for every charcoal. So I need to have trees growing at all times. So those are my priorities right now. Get to the top of both of these towers, and then immediately build a tree farm area. I can have an area that I use just for growing short oak trees by putting a ceiling over it. I think like 6 blocks high, it won't spawn a tall tree, because the short trees are like 3, 4, 5 blocks high. I think they're 4 and 5 blocks high. And I come to think about it. I might have to go look in another world just to make sure. But I think it's 5 and 6 will be the limit. So if I make a room with a 6 block high ceiling, I should be able to grow oak trees in there that aren't crazy and a pain in the ass to grow. But if I spread them out correctly, I'll get enough saplings so that the farm will last forever. Alright, so that's the plan. In the meantime, let's grump some cobble. Let's not make it a verb. Let's mine up a grump of cobblestone. Alrighty then, we have our grump of cobblestone here still. So here is what was in the chest at the top of the obsidian tower. 2 spawn pigs, eggs, a spruce sapling, nice, and both colors of mushrooms, very nice. And this chest is full now. Awesome, we're getting rich. At the top of the clay tower, well, there was all of this clay that I picked up, as well as 1 block of sand and this cactus. I unfortunately only was able to grab 1 of the 3 cactus pieces when I broke it, but that's fine, because you know I can grow as many as I want, so as long as I have at least 1. So no worries. And I left the rest of the clay tower there. There's a lot of sand down there too. I think it wouldn't be too hard to mine through the center of this tower, and then I don't know if the breaking sand and then putting a torch under it trick still works, but if it does, whew, that would make that go by really fast, and I could just mine up the rest of that whole tower. So I'm kind of thinking with how sort of semi-permanent this obsidian tower is over here, that I might want to build a second structure over there since it's going to always be there anyway. I don't know what I would want to build though, so maybe I will just slowly but surely demolish it between videos. We'll see. I could use the obsidian for decorating and just make a really long, patient time lapse of me mining through all of it if I ever get an efficiency pick. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Let me shut the doors. So that's, yeah, that's about it. So we got some good progress already here. What I think I'm going to go ahead and set up some farms down here because I want to start having animals. Let me get some more fences. Got 11 of these here. Well, cobblestone walls, I mean. Gonna need a few more of those. Let's turn some of that grump of cobblestone into fences here. And take a look downstairs. So, I'm okay with the whole basement being cobblestone. That sort of makes sense for like an underground type feel. What I want now is some reasonable way to separate these animals, and I'm wondering if cobblestone bars like this is going to suffice, or if like baby chickens are going to escape, or I don't know. Well, let's see. I'll go ahead and get rid of a couple of these back here because I think in the for at least 2 of these I'm going to need to put in solid blocks so that I can grow mushrooms because I need to be able to keep the light out. I'm assuming that light will pass in between these, but I mean it's Minecraft, maybe I'm wrong. Light can't seem to figure out how to get past half slabs or staircases, so I don't know if these wall blocks will stop them. Who knows? Need a little more solid cobblestone here. Maybe I could even make a sub-basement and put the portal in there. That makes sense. I always feel like the nether should be in the basement. Alright, and then I'll have to put the door on some part of this. Let's see. How do I want to do that? Let me get a door. I could just put the door there. And have, well, the wall would go here, so that doesn't work unless I have 2. Or I could pick the door up, move it, and just fill this in. I always forget that the door wants to face you, even if you're looking at a different block. So yeah, that'll do. Alright, so now let's make this room mushroomable. All that means is that it needs to have a light level of 8, 9, 10, or 11 in this whole room. So let's see what we're at now. A bit low. If I put 1 torch, this is across from the door, yep, 1 torch in here. What does that do for the room? So the light goes to 9, 10, 11, 12 there, 6 on the far end. I kind of want the room a little bit brighter than that, so I think I'm gonna, instead of putting it in the middle, I'm gonna put 1 at each end. Like this. How does that look? As long as none of the light, it goes down to 7. We're good. Oh, it's a little too dark by the door. Dang. What is above me here? I have water dripping. Nothing apparently. Okay. How about now? Now it looks like it's mostly 8s, 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s directly beneath, but no 7s. Perfect. So now I can go and get my mushrooms. Put them down here. So they'll grow just fine in a room like this. Oops, that's not a mushroom. Okay. So we'll have our shroom garden in there. And then I think maybe I'll need to have a little bit of a path on this side, so just go ahead and sort of organize the whole room that way. If I wanted to, I could just... Well, I could put doors on both sides if I wanted. I'll just keep the path motif going. Put up some walls here. Oh, they actually become walls if you stack them up. That's neat. Don't know if I actually need that. Since none of the animals are going to be hopping over. Okay. So, let's just do something like that, yeah? So this will be one pen over here. Another pen by the ladder. I might want to fence that off. Can we make gates to go in between these walls? None that I'm aware of. There's no equivalent to sticks to put in the middle. I wonder if wooden gates will attach. Something tells me they won't. Let's give it a go. We'll see. Oh, wow, it does, and that looks good. I am pleased. Holy crap, I was not expecting that to work. Love it when a game surprises you like that. I didn't normally stuff with mixed materials. It's like Old Testament style. That shit's all mix. Look at how well the walls just snap and adapt to that. That is stellar. I'm going to go ahead and make these walls prettier by putting in some extra pieces here. Probably not strictly required to keep the animals in their pens, but that'll do it. Alright, so now I have a mushroom and 3 pens down here. And what do I want to put in each? I can't have sheep down here because they won't grow their wheat unless they have grass to eat. And I'm not going to put ocelots down here, so I guess it's cows, pigs, and chickens. Fine with me. Which of these is the smallest pen? Well, I guess they're all about the same size now, aren't they? I think the ones on the sides might be bigger. I'll put the cows and the sheep in there. Cows. Or cows and the pigs, I mean. Pigs. Chicky-doos. Nice. Nice! Nice! Very nice. Alright. Well, I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm going to put a few extra torches around since there's no need for it to be dark just because it's a basement. Alright, cool. I can start breeding the cows whenever I'm ready. Oh, those torches aren't symmetrical. That's going to bother me. Alright. Sweet. So, we got our animals in place. That's a goal for this video done. The Ark is built, my friends. We have ourselves farms, and our animals are down there too. Maybe I'll let the sheep wander freely in the room where I grow trees, or I'll give them like 1/4 of that room or something, just because there'll be grass in that whole floor, I think. Sweet. Alright, that's all I'm going to do for this episode. Might be a long one, I'm not sure. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Let's Play 4 Pillar Survival here in Minecraft.